Good morning, everybody. Happy Thursday. It is 11:35. We are in our last week of the year, full week of trading before the holidays, and we will have shortened weeks. A lot of action to unpack. We're going to jump right into it. I have the backdrop of the market as I always do to start off. First thing we're going to look at is going to be the NASDAQ. Oh, sorry about that. Here we go. All right. So the NASDAQ is starting to look like it's making a head and shoulders pattern, which this is a shoulder, that's a head, this is a shoulder. For those of you that don't know what that means, it's not a good sign. I'll put it to you like that. Head and shoulders formations are usually the beginning of downturns. I'm not predicting that. I'm not saying that. I'm just shifting and moving with what the market gives me. Oh, excuse me. What the market gives me. And so we had this top, this temporary top. We had a really nasty bar here on above average volume, which really should have been a leading indicator. We had this really bad bar here, and you could see the volume, right? If you look across where my cursor is, this down day right here was on one of the heaviest days of volume in the entire year. Not the heaviest, but it was definitely up there. That was a really large drop off, and then we had this little V-shaped type of recovery. This V-shaped recovery was all led off of a very low amount of volume. As you can see here, the volume never really ticked up. I continued to mention on the videos, I had to err on the side of caution because that's typically not a great sign when you're going up on lower volume. When you're going up on lower volume and you're going down on higher volume, common sense tells you that's large blocks of sales are happening on these days from institutions that they're selling, and you're having these recoveries which are not moving much, and they dried out. And this dried out, and you could see it's kind of like turning over here. And yesterday falling below the 21, below the 50. Now, again, as I mention all the time in these videos, I shift and move. I try not to predict what's going to happen because it's very difficult to predict. If I had to make an immediate prediction, I wouldn't know where to shift and move with it because, yes, I could sit there and argue one viewpoint, we're getting lower interest rates. However, then I could sit there and rebuttal and say, well, the 10-year Treasury bond continues to stay elevated with the 30. That's not a good sign for people that are looking to borrow because the Fed rate is just one component. So we're not getting a relief in the 10 and the 30. So, and then I could also be told that, or rather, I could say that, well, we are going to start, the Fed is going to start buying treasuries. That's a really good sign. But again, we're not getting that's not resonated with the market. Also, I can't help but notice that gold is almost, or is today at an all-time high, record high. I've been mentioning this since we were here. I said gold is going to 5,000 an ounce. And silver also moving at such a rapid pace upwards. I mean, silver has had a parabolic move for one of the most boring things you could possibly imagine. Not a great sign. So again, I think you just have to be flexible. You have to shift and move with what the market gives you. If you're a long-term investor, and for some of you, I know you guys are long-term investors and it doesn't really matter, and I get it. However, even if you're a long-term investor, if you've identified that one of your positions is going to go down and it's rolling over, it's below averages, maybe cut and run for a while. I don't know. I'm not telling you what to do. This is not financial advice. Rather, this is for educational purposes. I'm going to pull up Bitcoin. Here we go. Here we go again. Bitcoin just still nothing below all the averages. Nothing to report home. I mean, so I'm going to just jump into stocks. The market today up almost 2%. So a really good day today. Yesterday, a really bad day today. I would like to see, and just to pull up the QQQs, I'd like to see, I'd like to get all of this back, right? I'd like to get back what we lost yesterday, and I would like to see this volume today close here or above. To me, that would be a good sign, constructive, that we could get above yesterday's high on above average volume or above yesterday's volume. That, to me, would be a great indicator. but still I remain a little bit cautious. So let's jump into stocks. What has worked for me? What hasn't worked for me? Let's call out what I've done right and let's call out what I've done wrong. I'm going to go down the path of what I've done right so far. So let's go to the first name that I really like and I continue to play is American Eagle Outfitters. I am still in this. I mentioned this, that you could take a little bit of a pullback to the 5. As you can see, this is riding the 5. These are not going to give you large opportunities to get in. You're going to have to get in on small pullbacks. Yesterday was maybe a smaller one you could have got in at. Still like the stock. It's working, having a good trade there. I think some of these retail names, I'm going to present another one in a second, I think are giving you some indications and some drivers. There's still some gems out there in the market, but I do think the AI trade is drying out. It is my belief the AI trade has come down quite a bit. So anyways, American Eagle Outfitters is working. I'm in Reddit. I think Reddit is probably the best. Well, so let me say this. When the market sells off in a day like it did yesterday, to me, it's important to see what holds up well, what catches support in what area, the relative strength. I felt that Reddit did phenomenal yesterday on a day that the market was getting absolutely crushed. I think it was down 1%. I mean, that was a telltale sign. Today now up 6.5%. I mentioned to you guys when I bought it. I mean, look, I'm up 1 or 2%. No great move here. However, in an environment that we're in, and I'm holding a full position here. I like it. It's above this. I think this is an entry point that you can get in at. Set your stop at the low of yesterday. This is as clear cut. I think it's actionable. It's my favorite looking chart right now. So that's working. What else is working? BHVN, Biohaven. I talked about this as a small stock. I mean, look, I'm in a lot of text threads, and I think people, I get text yesterday, like, oh, the world's falling. It's coming down. It's down like 2%. I mean, look at this. This is coming off the low. You're going to have up, down, up, down. You're going to have, as long as the trading is tight, right? You don't want to see loose stuff like this. Okay, this is too loose. You want to see this. This is tight trading, right? This is showing you exactly what you want to see. Volume in line. If I zone in on this here, volume is kind of average. Yeah, you got a curling down 50, but I mean, I'd love to see it get above that. But I mean, your 5 is healthy. You're above your 21. I'm still in this. I'm long this position, and I can't help to mention, the insider buying again. I mean, the insider trading volume, there you have it, 33.1 million insider volume. I think this is going higher, but hey, man. Not financial advice. Okay. What else we got? It's kind of limited. So let's go into some other names that I'm in that are holding up well. I did get stopped out of AMD the day I think it was two days ago or 3 days ago. AMD, I'm completely out of it except for my IRA was on this day. I got stopped out. So again, I tell people as my stocks go up, I move my stop losses up with it. I got stopped out. Still a very great trade on the year. I still believe in this company. I own it in my IRA. I have no intentions of selling it in my IRA, but I think it is going lower. This is not a chart I would want to buy. Just simply looking at it, I mean, this is below the major moving averages. I think eventually it has a date with the 200. In my IRA, I could live through that. I can't live through that in my trading account, and I got stopped out here, and I've probably saved myself, I don't know, another 7-8% on the downside. So kind of happy about that. But AMD, I'm out of it. I'm going to point out Bros, even though you guys know I don't own this in a trading account. I own it in my IRA. This is starting to look really good. I'm not buying it in my investment account. I've learned my lesson, but I own this in my trading account. I'm sorry. I digress. I own this in my IRA, and I own a pretty large position. It is one of my largest IRA positions. This is one of these positions that I'm going to hold for years because I do think they're taking market share from Starbucks. and a bunch of other companies. I really like the chart and I really like the company. I'm pointing this out only for people that are long-term investors. This is one of those stocks that you could bury in your IRA and look back at it in a couple of years, and I think you're going to be really happy. I'm not trading it, though. Please be aware I'm not trading that. So an oldie but a goldie, which I did get back into, Palantir. I continuously trade this. I got into it this morning. I got back in, and I'm sorry, I got back in on PLTW, but the activation point was 180. I got in right in the morning, kind of within the first 10 minutes of the market. It seems to be working for me. Yeah. So I'm up 4%. I got in this morning. I just saw I'm up 4%. So I'm in PLTW again. Not the same size that I normally am in, but I'm in it. I like the position for the dividend. As everybody knows, I beat that narrative to hell. So, anyways, I'm in it. I could be out of it by Tuesday. My plan is to hold it to next week. That's where I'm at. Right. One of the small names that I'm in that I mentioned to everybody is this. Nothing much has happened, but this is a cool, fun name. I have a feeling this is going to go up to $4 or $5. Anyways, I'm in it. I don't normally pay $2 stocks. It's not my MO. I happen to like the chart. I actually think it's a pretty good company when I dug into it. I did a deep dive. So I'm in this about a half a position what I normally trade with. So if normal would be a full size, this is a half size. So let's see what happens. I like this stock a lot. I'm in that. I am still in Taiwan Semiconductor. This has not worked for me. I'm down 3-4% in this. Even though it's up today, I think I'm down 3%. My stop loss is 7, so I got dangerously close to getting stopped out yesterday. It didn't happen. I would not advise to go out and buy this. I think it needs to confirm above this area trigger point. Just pointing it out, I like to always have transparency. I'm in it and I'm down 3%. A stock that I plan to buy today is going to be Abercrombie and Finch. I never thought I'd be saying that. This chart looks fantastic. I should have bought it yesterday. I'm pissed off. I had it on my watch list. I didn't buy it. I might buy it today, to be honest with you. I might start a half position. I mean, this is the strength on this to the overall market. So I think I need to buy that. It is on my watch list and my activation point. I could see myself potentially getting into that. All right, I think that's it for long names. I don't know. I'm trying to see. I'm still long silver. Oh, I'm still long Barrick and gold. Barrick, I'm still long this. This is a minor. I know I mentioned I got into this like 2-3 weeks ago, maybe a little bit more. I'm still long that name. So now let me go what's working for me on the short, which my shorts are not looking phenomenal today. Well, they're not necessarily looking bad. Iron, so I mentioned when I got into IRID on the short, I'm still up tremendously on this. I've done this. It's been one of my better trades in the last 6 months. Having a good day today. This day is bullshit. This is all short sellers just covering. You could see the short float. This is nothing. I mean, look, I'm not going to tell people what to do, but if you're looking to short a stock, that it would be a potential short for you. I'm still in my short. Another one is Rigetti. Okay. Rigetti, still short this name, having a 2% up day, like nothing. This is going down. I'm still short that name. And then finally, Netflix. And so Netflix, I have yet to cover, but I'm going to be very honest. I think I'm going to cover this entirely. This has been a great short trade for me. I think I'm going to cover this. The reason is this is starting to look like it's making a low here. And the day I should have covered was here. I didn't. Regardless, I'm still really profitable on this trade, but I can see myself covering. I would not advise you to go buy this. And then what else? That is it, actually. I'm 15 minutes into this thing. So, that's really it. I think you've got some setups. Let me see my notes. Sorry again. I gave you guys a couple plays. I jotted down my notes. I put together kind of all my screeners. Palantir obviously getting in today was a new buy for me. Another one I have on my watch list, which I've been watching like a hawk and I haven't done it yet, is Stoke Therapeutics. I got to be careful with this one because they have a reading, but this should be on your watch list as well. I actually have a buddy of mine who bought this here. He's doing really good on it. So that's on my list. But that's really it for today. I think you got some good names on how to play. I'll be back next week. I think the word is caution here. If I'm going to leave you with anything, you got to pay attention to the QQQs, and we really need to see today finish. I would love to finish above, but even close to the top. But the more important thing is I need to see that volume get up higher to really see that there's some conviction there. Still great day for the NASDAQ, 2% up. But that's it. Exercise caution. Ride the themes. There's plays out there. There's things that you can buy. There's places to invest. Just don't force any trades. It's unnecessary. You don't have to do that. So, all right. And don't be a putz. Take it easy. Have a great weekend, guys. Oh, and go Canes. Saturday playoffs. I hope to see everybody on Monday and have some positive Cane news. All right. Take it easy.